Hi, my name is Eric Woodcop, and I'm a technical director over here at Ironbow. Today we're going to take a look at Elastic as it ingests a syslog message from a Palo Alto firewall. From there, we're going to leverage XSOAR to ingest the threat log, open a security incident, and then enrich the data to help the SOC respond faster.
Here we're taking a look at the Palo Alto firewall. We see that we've set up our syslog server as the name ELK, and then here's my IP. Any port I want, and we support TCP and UDP, and so does FileBeat on the receiving side. So we're good to go here. And then all we did is make a log forwarding profile here, and we just see that we're pointing these types of traffic to this server that I named ELK, right? Nothing to it, but I'll show it to you. Okay. So now we're syslogging. So let's go take a look at our ELK. So here we are in Kibana. This is part of ELK, right? The Kibana is like the screen scrape portion of it. And we've installed the PanW module already on the server. So when you do that, it automatically adds all these keywords for you. You don't have to. I didn't have to add anything manually, and we index on at timestamp. So this is a very important field. You're going to have that. But let's keep poking around a little bit, and I'll show you what the logs look like. If we come here and go to logs. Okay, let's go back a bit in time. Sure. Okay, these fields are all easy to customize. I just go to settings, and when I come down here, I can just say, oh, I want to see, I don't know, like, you think of something, I already have destination IP. How about country name? Did that add? Yep. Apply. Let's go back and look at our logs. And we have a country. Right? Pretty cool. You can live stream, and all that does is keeps polling it and looking for new data. Well, I don't have any new data today. But these are the fields. So then you can drop down, you can drill in, and it automatically parses all these values for you, as you can see. And there's plenty to key in on here too, right? There's your FileBeat. This automatically adds a filter, which is nice, right? So that works. We do have alerts. I'm still trying to figure out the alerts, but essentially I wanted to alert on threats. And let's see. Threat alerts. This is what a threat would look like. It's just saying, when threat is when the type is threat, blah blah blah. You can kind of get a feel for it, right? And then it cuts to Gmail. Well, that's new. Gold license, okay. And then let's go take a look at some graphs. Let's go back in time. There we go. And we can look at, simple source IP charts. What's interesting here is that you can stack data. I can do URL categories and corresponding URL and break it out into a pie chart, so that the entire category of bad URLs is command and control, and there's two objects inside of that category, and that's how the data is represented. Then we have our bad URLs. Oh no, sorry, this is my policy names, my actual next-gen firewall policy names, and which ones are being used the most, right? Destination IPs, top users, so I only have one user. Different app IDs. And this is threats. And that's the type of threat. In this case, the number is 9999 because it's a test that I'm running. But on these different days, you can see what's happening in terms of threats. Right? So it's pretty straightforward. Now let's go take a look at what's called XSOAR. Okay, so in XSOAR, you will see that I have an integration. I'm integrating my XSOAR into Elastic. Take a quick look. I pointed to 9200, which is Elastic, and I'm looking for type threat. Okay? And once I have this set up and running, there's been 0 today, but I've had plenty come in here. So let's take a look at how this actually plays out. So this is going to poll, every, I don't know how often actually. I'll have to rate, I think it's every 5 minutes. It should poll and look for that threat, that type of threat, okay? And then it will create an incident. Incident would look like this, right? Where malicious URL was detected by J Miller at this whatever source IP. All right. Now, if we walk through this, first off, we can see that there was a playbook that ran, and I wrote this playbook. There's nothing to it. I'm assigning it to an analyst. I'm checking virus total. Nothing fancy, but the point is that I can show you that I'm able to pull in all that data from Elastic, and it's all going to be under, there's all these keys under here under incident. There's 72 items that I can work with when the incident first starts, and then I can enrich any of this data as I go, and that's what my playbook is for. Okay. Destination IP. Maybe I want to enrich that. So that's what the playbook is for. I can automate a lot of these tasks that are mundane and tedious. Okay, and then what you end up with is a war room. And see, I've enriched all this data. I talked about virus total, right? See, about virus total, it's a test domain, so it doesn't really count, okay? But these are the observable subdomains. It'll give me an overall health as to whether it's benign or malicious. I rasterize the image of the test website so that you can't click on it, but the SOC analyst would have an idea of what the data looks like. Here's all the information in a nice table to markdown. Then I could add things to this evidence board. So what I do is I'll walk through and add this stuff to the evidence board. I'll come here. I'll say mark as evidence, VT, right? Mark as evidence. And now it shows up on my evidence board, right? I can see the related incidents. So if there's similar source IPs, similar usernames, similar destination IPs, the machine learning inside of the product will cluster them all together and give you an idea what that looks like. And here's a look at the related incidents. This is the machine learning portion that will look at this particular case. This would be the center of the world, right, on ticket number 857. And then we go, before and after 30 days in both directions, as you can see here. And you can see that there is, if it's type of URL, then it's in orange. If it's square, it's active. If it's circle, it's closed. And you can click on and figure out what the related incidents are. So it's a good indication if you're under some kind of attack campaign. If you have a lot of tickets that all reference the same source IP, it's nice to visually put those together. Same thing here. This is called the canvas. This part's fairly amazing. These are the cases, and these are the indicators on the right. And we've made a graph out of all this, and you can visually see what's happening. And you can move things around, and then what you do is you would just send it to the war room, because if you recall, that's where it's sort of we collect all of our intel, and we decide whether we want to make it put it on the evidence board or not. Okay, so this is XSOAR. It helps you automate your SOC response. It can do anything from incident response to even to onboarding new employees. The things that you don't like doing as a part of your manual tasks within a day can be automated. Thank you.